Hello, everyone. Hello. If you could please let me know if you are here. Hello, everyone. Good evening. If you could let me know in the chat that you're here, that would be great. I hope you all are having a great Saturday. Just working out a few kinks here on my end. I'll give it some time here and see if we've got some more viewers. Come on. If you could, type in the chat box and let me know that you're here. And let me know where you're from and how your day's going. It is Saturday night here, 9:03 p.m. And I've had a pretty good day. It finally stopped raining, which is really nice. And so for that reason, I am ready to maybe tomorrow go outside and do some yard work. So if you want to just chat hello, I'm going to say hello in the chat box. Hello. If anyone's here, go ahead and let me know you're here. That would be great. And then we'll get started with our live here. We'll get started going. Hello, Natalie. Hello, how are you? It's great to see you. So I'm going to just give it a moment here, see if we can get some more people coming on. I'm going to pull up the live and see if we've got some friends here. Let's see who else is going to join us today. Hello, Maureen. It's great to see you. Hello. Tell me, how is your day going, Natalie? Are you having a good weekend? Let me know if you're having a great weekend. I know, Natalie, you're having, you had a nice meal last night. That was good to know. I see we have 4 viewers. Good, great to see all of you. Maureen, let me know how your day is going as well. So this is my first time going live using some slides. So I'm a little nervous, but I hope it goes well. And we're going to learn about prepositions today. I'll give it a little bit longer for other people to join. And Natalie or Maureen, if you want to post in the WhatsApp group that we are live, that way if people want to join, they can join us as well. So today we're going to talk about prepositions. I know sometimes it can be difficult to use the correct preposition, specifically when we're talking about spatial concepts, locations. These are things that using words like in and on can sometimes be confusing. So we're going to talk about those types of prepositions today. I may be using some sign language. I do use American Sign Language from time to time, but the signs that I use will be helpful to you as the viewer to help you understand the spatial concepts, the locations of things. Hello, Javier. Welcome, Javier. I'm glad you joined us today. Javier, let me know where you're from. Let me know how you're doing today. Maureen, you're just waking up. So I am your good morning. Good morning to you. Good morning to you. Hello, and how are you? Good morning to you. Good morning, Maureen. I am not a good singer, but that is a song that I often will sing to my students, my young students in the morning. So we'll give it a couple of minutes here. I do want to start off by just reviewing who I am. So I am Cheri. This is my channel, Learn English with Cheri. Thank you so much for stopping by. If you're here live, if you're watching the playback, thanks for coming by and watching the playback as well. My goal of this channel is to provide quality educational content for English language learners. I also want the content to be interesting to you, the learner. I've watched a lot of videos, and there are amazing teachers out there on YouTube, and I can't compare with some of them, but I'm trying to learn. And one thing that I kind of noticed when I was watching is that sometimes everyone's so serious and they don't smile a lot. And I understand learning English is a very serious subject. But I found myself thinking, gosh, if I was trying to learn a language, maybe I would want the person speaking to use a little bit more expression and make it a little bit more entertaining. So my goal for you is that you can learn something new every time you come to my channel. And then you can also find the information interesting so that you'll want to come back again. And I want to make this something that can work into your schedule because we're all very busy people, and English is something that is hard. It's difficult to learn another language. I'm trying to learn Spanish. I know a little bit. I kind of learned a little bit of Russian. I am not fluent in either language. Russian is pretty much gone because I have not used it, but I do speak Spanish fairly regularly, but I'm not fluent. So I understand that it can be difficult to learn a new language, but you can do it with time and patience. Don't be too hard on yourself. Keep at it and you can do it. Okay, so let's get started with our lesson. Thanks again for coming, and today we're going to talk about prepositions. We use prepositions in our sentences every day, and when we talk to young children, it's important for them to understand prepositions so that they can follow directions. So for those of you who are wanting to teach your children, or maybe your nieces or nephews, or you're a teacher yourself and you would like to teach your students English, we're always wanting to give them directions. And these directions are important for them to follow the rules in the classroom. If you're a parent, you want your child to be able to follow your directions when you're telling them what to do for safety reasons and just in general as a parent. Location words, prepositions, are really important in this process because there's a big difference between telling someone that the keys are on the table versus the keys are under the table. So let's get started. Hello, Anna. It's great to see you. I'll keep trying to tell everyone hello as you join. Make sure if you have any questions, you type them in the comments in the chat box, and I will do my best to assist you. So let's get started. Here we go. So let's just begin with the definitions that I am providing to you today for our words, our vocabulary words, the prepositions. These definitions are from the Cambridge Dictionary for American English. Hello, Andres. Great to meet you. Hello. So let's take a look. The definition of a preposition, if we're going to use the word preposition in grammar, is a word that is used before a noun phrase, or a pronoun, and it's connecting it to another word. So this is the definition of preposition. So it's a connecting word. It's used before a noun phrase, or a pronoun, and it's connecting it to another word. That is where the term prepositional phrase comes into play. So as you are studying your grammar, often you'll have to go through and diagram sentences and look for the prepositional phrases. So let's start with our first word for the lesson today, and that is the preposition in. In. Sign language for in is this, in. So in means inside a container, place or area, or surrounded or closed off by something. in. So I have my trusty box. We're going to use this today in our lesson, and I also have some visuals for you. So here we have our mouse. Our visual is the mouse is in the box. I also have my coin in the box. My coin is in the box. So again, using the preposition in to refer to being inside a container, a place or area, surrounded or closed off by something. Anna, good. How about rain? We use in for the rain. So do you mean like I'm singing in the rain, just singing in the rain? So the rain surrounds us. That is where we get the word in. The rain is surrounding us as it comes down. Okay, so hopefully you do not have a mouse in a box at your house unless you have a pet mouse. So let's move on to our next preposition, but I'm going to stop for a moment and say hello to our next person. Hello all. I'm so glad you're here for our live stream. Please tell me what you would like me to call you in the chat. If you use a different name for your YouTube, let me know. On. So the sign language for on is this. On. The definition used to show that something is in a position above something else and touching it, or that something is moving into such a position. So it's either touching or it's moving so that it is touching. The sign language for on is on, above, above. On. So if I were to use my trusty box again, I could say that my rabbit is on the box. It's physically touching it. Here we have our mouse. Our mouse is on the box. We're going to do some exercises at the end. So this isn't just me talking to you and you listening. We're going to do some exercises in the end. We'll also have a Q&A at the end as well. Hello, May. Great to see you here today. Okay, so let's move on to our next definition, which is the word under. 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 So under would be in or to a position below or lower than something else. So I'm dropping my props. Under. Often, so that one thing covers the other. So often, so the one thing covers the other. So if my rabbit is under the box, under. The definition is portrayed better here in this visual of the mouse being under the box. Thank you, Andres. Yes, on Instagram, on Facebook. That is the preposition you would use for social media. But in the newspaper, if you actually have a physical newspaper, it would be in the newspaper. What's in the newspaper today? What did you read in the newspaper? What's on the news? Oh, no, that's fine, Anna. I'm so glad that you're able to be here at all. All right, let's move on to in front of. In front of. So here we have the preposition in front of. In front of would be close to the front part of something. What is difficult with some of these prepositions, such as in front of and behind, is that the speaker needs to take into account where the listener is, what the location of the listener is. Because if I were to tell you, my marker is in front of the box. Well, it's in front of the box from my point of view, but it's behind the box from your point of view. It's behind, but to me, it's in front. So we need to be aware that our listeners' perception needs to be taken into account. Think about where your listener is when you are giving directions that use prepositions like in front of or behind. May, I'm sorry your internet is bad. I hope that maybe on the playback it will be better for you. Okay, Win, I love that. Win. I will definitely call you Win, and I will remember that. So let's take a look at this graphic. The mouse is in front of the box. So I don't have a mouse that I'm going to use for this, but I will use my rabbit again. The mouse is in front of the box. So I am holding the mouse. It's actually behind the box to me, but it's in front of the box from your point of view. All right, let's move on. Okay, how about behind? Behind. To the back of or behind. So the rabbit, again, the trusty rabbit, is behind the box. All right, let's take a pause for a moment because I need a brain break. So I would like to take a moment and have you ask any questions. Are there any questions that you have about prepositions at this point? Let me know. Andres, thank you for subscribing to my channel. I wanted to remind all of you that if you have not done so, please subscribe to my channel here, Learn English with Cheri. Learn English with Cheri. Also, on Tuesday evening, my time, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, Tuesday night, which is 1 a.m. Wednesday morning, Greenwich Standard Time. So if you're going to base it off of Greenwich Standard Time, which is what all time zones are based off of, it would be at 1 a.m. Wednesday morning. I have my live stream with Live Learn English Live. So on Learn English Live, I will have a live stream every Tuesday night or Wednesday morning, depending on where you live, especially if you are in Asia or the Middle East. You will be seeing me early in the morning. Tuesdays every week, my next lesson will be on pronunciation. We'll work on pronunciation. And then the week after that, we will do, I believe, a grammar lesson the week after that. So Anna, you said you have some erratic weather. I hope that you're safe and well. Jonathan, welcome. Hello, Jonathan. So just to remind you, make sure you subscribe here to my YouTube channel. Also, if you have not already subscribed to Learn English Live, please do so. Robin Shaw does a fantastic job helping students learn English online via YouTube, and he provides some great live lessons as well as has a lot of great teachers who have recorded lessons as well. So let's talk about behind. If you could, type in the chat box a sentence, please, using one of the words that we've learned so far. Okay, so go ahead, type in the chat box. This is what makes learning fun, interactive. Learning is not supposed to be one way. It's supposed to be an exchange of information. I learn from you just like you learn from me. So please participate in the chat box if you can. Put oil in a pot at medium heat or in medium heat. It would be at medium heat. Put oil in a pot at medium heat. Or actually, Andres, I would say, if you were to read a recipe, it would say, put oil in the pot, turn on the burner to medium. Turn on the burner to medium. Okay, great. Thank you, Andres. Thank you for participating. If you have a sentence, please type it in the chat box so that we can all learn. If you have a question, someone else has that same question too. Okay, so here we have our example of this pesky mouse. It is behind the box. behind the box. My rabbit is behind the box. Let's continue. Okay, here I have shared a live picture with you. If my daughter knew that I was sharing this on my YouTube, she'd probably be embarrassed. But I wanted to share with you a photo to describe a few things. So we have the softball player who is batting, ready to hit the ball. She's wearing orange and blue. She is next to home plate on the ground. You can see there is a white area on the ground. She is next to home plate. My daughter is the catcher. She is behind home plate. She is behind home plate. She is also in front of the umpire. The umpire is the person wearing the navy blue shirt and the gray pants. Anna, great. Yes, the bat is behind the head of the player. That's correct. The bat is behind. The softball glove, the catcher's mitt, is in front of my daughter's face. She's going to catch the ball. What other prepositions can we use to describe things in this photo? Type it in the chat box for me, please. Let me know. I'd love to have you share with us what you see in this photo. So how is the weather where you are at? Let's see. Jonathan, how's the weather where you are today? What time is it where you are located? Let me know. It is 9:23 where I am. What is the difference between next to, besides, and near? Great question, Anna. We are going to actually review next to later in the lesson, so we will come back to that. Let's see if I can describe something with next to. You could say that the umpire is next to the catcher, but it would be better to describe the umpire is behind the catcher. Do you have some tips that can be helpful for me? Hello, Monica. In order to learn how to correct put on or in. Yes. So, Monica, I have definitions earlier in this lesson that describe the position of things. So, if it is something that's sitting immediately on top of something, that would be on. It's touching it. In is actually physically inside or surrounded by an object. I hope that helps, Monica. Okay, Anna, it was 10 a.m. when class started. So thank you, Anna. You are 13 hours ahead of me. All right, let's continue with the lesson. So as I mentioned before to Anna, we are going to talk about some prepositions that have to deal with next to, besides, and near. Next to is used when you're describing two people or things that are very close to each other with nothing between them. So very close to each other. Now, I feel this definition, of course, is accurate. The source for the definition is one of the top dictionaries available to us. However, I do hear next to being used by native speakers if things are actually not touching one another. So let's take a look at the next picture when it is in the morning in Myanmar. Great. So the mouse is next to the box. The mouse's nose looks like it may be touching, but if I were to put the rabbit like this, I would still say it's next to the box. It's not actually touching it, but it is next to, and that would be appropriate to say. You could also use the term beside. The mouse is beside the box. May says it is 9:26 in Indonesia. Excellent. Thank you, May, for sharing that time zone with me. I am really trying to learn more about the world and the time zones. Okay, so let's talk about between. Now remember, we're going to have a quiz at the end and a Q&A. So let's look closer at this definition. Between means in or into the space that separates two places, people, or objects. Between. So my box is not going to work for this very well. I'm going to need to show you something else. So I think I will hold up two whiteboards. Here we have two whiteboards like this, and I will put, how am I going to do this? This is kind of funny, right? Live TV or live YouTube. The rabbit is between the two whiteboards. Between. I hope you guys can laugh at me because I feel kind of silly at times. All right, so between. Don't forget, type a sentence in the chat box. You need to use these words. If you are listening, that's great. But if you don't apply these words, it's difficult to retain them. Research shows that you have to use a new language concept at least 40 times before you're able to then continue to use it and generalize it to other things. Generalize means to take that word, that vocabulary word, and use it in similar situations. Okay, so keep practicing. The mouse is between the two boxes. I could have also typed here, the mouse is between the boxes, because the picture only has two boxes. I didn't really need to use the description of two. Andres, yes. Thank you for describing that. Yes, I am south. Canada is here. The United States of America is here. And Mexico is here. And Andres, if you could tell me, if we were to look at the map with directions, where is Ecuador? Is it southwest of the United States? I'm just curious, and I'm thinking it is based on your time zone. Julian, hello, welcome, Julian. So is your name Julian or Julian? Let me know. Let me know where you're from, Julian. Thanks for coming. When Myanmar is located between China and India. Yes. Yes. When, according to my knowledge of geography, that would be an accurate statement. Yes. West. Okay. Thank you, Andres. I was thinking you're southwest, though. You've got to be southwest, right? Okay. I'm between 4 to 5 feet height. Julian. Okay, great. Thank you, Julian. Between 4 to... so if you're just... If you were to describe your height, you would say, I'm between 4 and 5 feet. You wouldn't need to say in height because people know I'm between 4 and 5 feet. My daughter, Callie, whose photo we saw, we were at the doctor yesterday for a checkup, and she's 5'9". We say, I'm 5'9". That means I'm 5 feet 9 inches. She thinks she's taller, but anyway, 5'9". I'm 5'8". I'm 5'8". I am 5 feet 8 inches tall. But if I were between 5'8" and 5'9", I could say, I'm between 5'8" and 5'9". Okay. Hello, Brooker. It's great to see you here. Hello. It's so nice to see students join us who are from the WhatsApp group. And if you're not from the WhatsApp group, thank you for coming as well. All right. So the mouse is between the two boxes. Okay. Now it's quiz time. All you get from participating in the quiz is pride in yourself for trying it, okay? So let's take a look. We rode blank. the car. Now remember, rode is the past tense verb of ride. Type in the chat box what your answer would be. Now, it could maybe be a couple of different things, but I'm looking for one particular preposition that we talked about in the lesson today. We rode the car. Do, 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 do. Monica, ding, 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 ding. Yes, and Andres. Great. Yes, we rode. That would be correct. Come on, guys. We have 11 people here. Let me know. Maybe you don't have a great connection, so you're not able to respond. So I'm sorry if you can't. Yes, Win. We rode in the car. We rode in the car. So that leads me to the next thing that I wanted to share. No, there isn't 3 letters. It just typed that way. I'm sorry. It just typed that way. No. If you were to spell the word in, let me show you here. There is a word that's in that's spelled with 3 letters. But if we were to use the word in as the preposition, it's in. If we were to talk about this word that is also pronounced as in. So if we were to talk about there was no room in the inn. There was no room in the inn. Where does that come from? It's from a very popular book. Inn is the name of, it's another word for hotel or motel. Inn. There was no room in the inn. Okay, great. Let's continue. We rode in the car. Where did we go in the car, guys? Let's go somewhere fun, right? I am so ready for a road trip. All right, let's look at our next one. He hid, which again, hid is the past tense verb for hide. Hide. Today I hide. Yesterday I hid. Okay, so he hid, the tree. Great. May, thank you. Thank you for your, so out is not correct. Thank you, though, for participating. Keep at it, okay? Yes, we have several winners there. Monica gave 2 options, and yes, you could use either behind or next to the tree. However, if he hid next to the tree, you probably would see him if he was hiding next to the tree. So if the rabbit hid next to the tree, we would see them. But if he hid behind the tree, well, we'd still see him because his ears stick out, but behind was what I was looking for, but next to would work too. Behind. Okay, guys, thank you so much for your participation. I really appreciate it. It makes the lesson much more enjoyable for you as the students, and it helps other students when they're watching the playback. Okay? All right, so let's take a look at this sentence. She sat. Again, sat is the past tense verb for sit. Yes. So, Monica, this is a good description of your question about getting confused with in and on. So, unless you actually pull up the covers and climb inside the sofa, you would not use in. The answer would be on. She sat on the sofa. Yes, Monica, I'm going to give you a smiley face. That's great. Okay, thank you, Natalie, Wynn, Julian. Perfect. Great. Okay, let's continue. Oh, she sat by the sofa. I want to go back. May, that would work as well. You could sit by the sofa. She sat by the sofa. Actually, friends, I have a sofa here. Here's my sofa, my pink little sofa. We could say she sat by the sofa. Perfect. No, okay, friends, it's so important to make mistakes. It is. We learn from mistakes constantly. And when you are learning with a group of students, it can be sometimes, what's the word I'm thinking of? See, I'm a native speaker and sometimes I can't think of the right word, but it can feel a little uncomfortable at times to put yourself out there, but it helps everyone in the group when someone makes a mistake or they're confused about something. Because if you're confused, someone else is confused as well. Always ask questions. Under. Well, maybe if there's a small child, they would have sat under the sofa or sit under the sofa. But yes, most of us adults will sit on the sofa. Great. Okay. Here is my sentence about dogs. I love dogs. Yes, Anna, that's great. She hid under the sofa. Yeah, so we're going to play hide and seek, right? And she hid under the sofa. Hello, Carlos. Welcome. Okay, so friends, I just thought of something. We all, as children, play hide and seek, right? I'm sure you all did. So why don't you share in the chat box where your favorite hiding place was as a child? Where was your favorite hiding place? You can use a preposition to describe it. And I will tell you what my favorite place was to hide when I was a child. So into, the dog ran into the cars. Maureen, that would be an appropriate preposition to use. Yes, the dog ran into the cars. That would work. Cecilia, hello. Good. Again, ran is the past tense verb form for run. And we've got run after. The dog ran, and then we should have a different word there. The dog ran next to the cars. Yes, that would be okay too. The dog ran under the bed. I'm kind of confused on that, Monica. Hello, Kishore. Welcome from India. Good morning to you. I was thinking the dog ran between the cars. The dog ran around the cars. These are excellent options, guys. Well done. Great thinking. I appreciate everyone's participation. I was thinking about the dog ran between the cars as if there were a street with cars parked alongside the street and the dog ran between the cars or around the cars, next to, all great ones. And some dogs like to run after cars, right? The dog ran after the cars. I had a dog as a child that liked to chase cars. He liked to chase big semi-trucks. Semi-trucks are the ones that have 18 wheels on them that haul things like materials long distances. And he ran into a semi, lost a leg. He had 3 legs because he liked to run between the cars. That's kind of a sad story, but he lived to tell about it. He lived a really long life, and he was a good dog. All right, so let's try this one. How about, because if you're like me, I always am losing my phone, like all the time. I have to tell my kids, call my phone, I can't find it. Okay, so in this example, we're going to use our phone. I found my phone, the bed. So found is the past tense form of find. Found. I found my phone. We have on the bed, under the bed. Yes, those are all work. I found my phone. So there are times, one time my phone, here's a preposition for you. I will write it down. One time I could not find my phone and I was freaking out. My phone was between the sheet, between the bed, the mattress of the bed, and the sheet. I couldn't find it. It was ringing and ringing because it was on the mattress under the sheet. Why? I don't know how the phone got there. I have no idea. I found my phone under the bed, on the bed, beside the bed. All great things. All wonderful things. I answered under for the tree, under the tree. Okay, I see you, May. Okay. All right. So I believe those were all of the questions that I had for you. So let's open it up to a Q&A. I was planning on going for about 45 minutes. So does anyone have any questions, or would you like to share your special hiding place that you had as a child? Because I'm going to tell you mine in a few moments. I wanted to stop though here and remind you, if you have not subscribed, please subscribe to my channel, Learn English with Cheri. I also have an Instagram page as well. I try to post some activities on there several times a week. And May says my phone is on the bed. Okay. And then also we have the live stream on Learn English Live, which is early Wednesday morning or Tuesday night, depending on where you live. So check out Learn English Live's YouTube channel for that information. So I'm going to leave you with this comment, and that is, when I was a child, I liked to hide in my parents' closet. In my parents' closet, in the closet behind the clothes. So I would open the closet doors, go in the closet, and I would hide behind the clothes. Anna says, I always hide under my bed. So even as an adult, if I hide from someone, having fun, like with my children or whatever, my heart starts beating fast as you're hiding, right? Because you're trying to be quiet and my heart beats fast. It's funny how that happens. Okay, I'm listening to your voice by a Bluetooth speaker on the table. Is that correct? I'm listening to your voice. No, you would be listening to my voice on a Bluetooth speaker. My voice is emitting from the Bluetooth speaker. So you could say, I'm listening to your voice from a Bluetooth speaker or on a Bluetooth speaker, just like you would say, I'm listening to music on the radio and the speaker is on the table. Monica's hiding place was under the bed as well. Yes. Okay, so what about, let's see, I just kind of want to go through and see, anyone else want to tell us where your hiding place was as a child? Let me know, and use your preposition to describe where your hiding place was. Oh, Julian, your signal is not consistent. I hope it's not on my end. It shows that everything's going fine here. Cecilia says sleep in bed or sleep on the bed. So you go to bed, I sleep in bed, I get in the covers, but I lay down on the bed. That one's a confusing one. Okay. Julian, where are you? And before I sign off, those of you who are here, let me know how the connection was. It looks like it's fine on my end, but if it's not, I'll need to make some alterations. So thank you so much. I dropped my box. Thank you so much for coming to my live stream tonight. I hope you enjoyed the lesson on prepositions, and I hope if you have any questions, you can leave those questions. I check my YouTube channel frequently and practice them a lot. My hiding place was under the table. Yes, thank you everyone. Thank you. You guys have a great rest of your weekend, and I will see you soon. Remember, English is difficult to learn. You can do it. Be patient, work hard, and be kind to one another. Goodbye. Thank you, Andres. Bye.